Hey guys, I'm just making a video on how to use Sentry mode. So one of the big things of Sentry mode is you need to have, a storage device. And when you purchased your Tesla, if you purchased it new, it would come with a Tesla USB drive. You'll see the T on there. And this USB drive, it's either 128 or 256 gigs, which is it's totally adequate. It's fine. If you don't drop it on the floor of your car, that is. But yeah, so this is the drive. So where the drive goes is inside of, if you have a newer model, it will go inside of your glove box. If you have an older model, and I should probably make a video on my Model X, maybe I will later, this area is open, and then there's two USB ports. The first port, they have a, it's either a lightning cable or they'll have a cable plugged in to where you can dock your phone, inside of the console. But on the newer versions, they've actually, this will still have ports, I can't Pepsi, and there's, two USB-C ports here. But these are not where your Sentry mode drive goes. Where that goes is inside of your glove box. So on mine, what you'll see is there's this, and I'll point it out because I really like it, but it's a USB hub that I picked up from AliExpress. I think it was all of $4 or something like that, but it gives you two USB-A ports, and then on the side you have a faster USB port, and the faster ports are identified with that blue plastic. You have blue plastic, red plastic, if you're tempted, or if you want to know what that means, Google it. But these two, where they're just straight black, those are the slower ports on this hub. So it has a faster port there, and then it has a USB-C port right there. It's harder to see the C because, it's dark, I'm in my garage. But it gives you a USB-C port in your glove box, which for me is a USB-A port. So anyway, since you're recording Sentry videos, you want to use that blue port, or if you don't have one of these, your Sentry mode drive just plugs right into the port, right? Whether it's, and we'll go over this in a second, but there's this drive, right? Or you have your Tesla drive, right? Either one of them, it's going to plug in to that port. And you'll see, maybe I should have shown that. So on here, you see the two buttons are highlighted. And where I'm at is if you click on the car, safety, I'm on the safety screen. And inside of the safety screen, you have these, all of your Sentry mode, whether you want it to be on, if you want it to exclude home, exclude work, exclude favorites. I exclude home because my car's in the garage and I have cameras in the garage. So I don't really need to have Sentry mode turned on where it's eating up my car's battery while it's sitting inside of my garage. And if I'm worried about anybody breaking in, I've got two cameras that upload to the cloud constantly. They've got a backup system to where they go through my home internet, or they have their own cellular network that they use. So anyway, it's a backup. So I do not turn it on at home because I don't want the car constantly being awake and constantly, running the cameras and the computer, which will eat some of your battery. So I exclude them. I leave it on at work because I'm in a parking garage at work. And then if you have favorites like your parents' house or whatever you have in your favorite list, you can also exclude that. And the favorite list comes off your navigation. If you go to your navigation, put in a location, and then you favorite that location, if you check that box, it's not going to have Sentry mode there. And I've seen people have that problem, that their favorite restaurant or whatever, they've added it in as a favorite. And so they have that checked. And then when they go to the restaurant, if they have any sort of problem, if that's checked, well, it's not going to record at the restaurant. So my advice is the only place I'm going to exclude is when it's parked inside of my garage. Anywhere else, I want Sentry mode running because if something happens to my car, I would like to have that recorded. So the other options are, this camera-based detection. And that means, somebody walks by, the camera detects it, it's going to start recording to the drive. And it records with, the major cameras, the front, the two sides, and the rear. You can do this one to disable the sounds, so it'll just flash a light, or this one will actually make a sound. And I've left the sound turned on because if somebody's messing with my car and it's making some noise, they're more likely to leave me alone. I also turn on the view camera via the mobile app. So inside of the Tesla app, for mine, the very first row will have live view. So I can click on the live view, and then I can actually toggle through, you know, the forward-facing side camera, the rear-facing side camera, front camera, rear camera, and then actually the cabin camera. You can go through all of those. But you got to turn it on, and it, you know, it tells you that it's encrypted. Tesla can't see it. It's just from your app to the car. So, you know, Tesla's protecting your privacy. So anyway, so that's how I have mine configured. And right now you'll see that the delete dash cams and the format, those are both blank because nothing's plugged in. Once I take this drive, and I'll try to get both, and I plug it in, here we go, there we go. Now you'll see you can click on format or delete the dash cam clips. So the delete dash cam clips will come up if the drive is recognized as an available device for the car to use to record Sentry video. If for some reason this device is not, and that's why I have another device here because we're going to go through that in a minute, it will just show you format. And with the format, and we'll experience it, but sometimes you have to do it 2, 3, 4 times, right? Sometimes you just have to do that to get through it. Anyway, the rest of this isn't Sentry mode. The rest of these are, I pretty much have almost every option turned on. Right, like side camera, amazing, love it. Blind spot warning, love it. But anyway, I'm squirreling here. So that's how kind of the Sentry mode drive works with the display, right? That's kind of the interaction between those two. I'm going to stick with it here for a minute, and we're going to plug in this 1 terabyte drive. This is one I picked up from Walmart. I picked up a couple extras. I run a local Tesla group, and so I need to offer them up there because it's, for me, I think it's a really good drive to have. So when I saw a deal on them, I picked up all the ones that they had so that I could, you know, help other people out. But this is it's an on Walmart brand. It's an SSD drive, a solid state, right? It doesn't have a little spinning platter in there or anything. It's just solid state memory, same as your drive here, except this drive, I can't remember what the speed is on it, maybe 400 megs a second. And in theory, this one could go to, you know, a gigabit. Neither one of those speeds is needed for Sentry mode, but it's just, it is what it is, right? But this is for an Xbox. So it's a Walmart branded expansion drive for an Xbox. Has a USB-C connection on the one side. On the other side, I still have it connected to the USB-A. I don't think there's any problem with connecting it to USB-C. We'll try it in a minute. But if we take this USB-A drive, and I'm taking out my, you know, this little hub thing, because I don't want that to come into play and confuse anybody. But if I was to use it, I'd plug it into this blue port. But I'm not. So I'm going to take it, plug it into the Sentry mode port. This one was connected to my Xbox right before I brought it out here. I just copied everything off of it to the Xbox so the kids aren't too happy for a minute. But anyway, I've got it. And then you can just click format as soon as you plug it in. It's going to tell you, hey, I'm going to format everything on this drive to exFAT. You're going to lose all of your data. You're going to lose everything if you format. So I'm going to click on format. You'll see formatting. And then on this one, you'll see, oh, let me do that again. You won't see it with another drive, but on this one, right, if I hit format and then format, you'll see the activity, right? So formatting the drive, and then it's done. So success, now it's good to go. So it's formatted and it's ready to go. So at that point, you take your drive, put it into your glove box, and off you go. If you wanted to, just trying to think of anything else that we need to go over on it. I'm going to make a second video. So this one right now, I'm just going to make one on, you know, how to get a drive, plug it in, format it, get it running. I'm going to make another one in a minute to like how to go in and view your sentry mode clips, all that kind of stuff. I just don't want this. It's already 10 minutes long, so I don't want to drag it out too much. So anyway, that's how to connect a new sentry mode drive. If you have an existing one, you can do the same thing, right? Of just formatting the drive, it'll wipe it all out. It clears all the data off of the drive. So if you have anything on there that you care about, like you've honked your horn because somebody swerved next to you and you wanted to keep that, don't format. Once you format it, it's gone, right? So you can just take this, plug it into an Apple or a Windows machine. Once it's on there, and I'll make another video going over this, but once it's on the computer, you'll just see folders, and you'll see folders that talk about, you know, the dash cam or the sentry mode. And anyway, look for the other video and it'll be there. But yeah, so that's as much as I wanted to do on this video. I'll post another one here in a minute, but this is how to use a new drive. I would recommend getting about a terabyte. That's the biggest drive that Tesla has. The reason for the terabyte is, you know, if you have a lot of sentry mode, anything like that, it's not going to fill up and you will lose any of those previous recordings if you have a terabyte, right? That lasts a very long time. Even the one that comes from Tesla also lasts a very long time. So it's not really that big of a deal. I like having the bigger one. And on this one specifically, I split it into different partitions. So I have one partition for light shows. I have another partition for music. So I've just loaded some of my 80s heavy metal music that I really enjoy onto that other folder, and then I have the sentry mode folder. So I have 3 different partitions on it, and so each one of them goes into those different partitions. And I have a video on that already, so if you want to see it, you can go out and look for it, and it's when I set up this drive. So it's the exact same drive, right? Both of them are Xbox expansion drives, but this one's the one that I use here, and the other one's for the kids' Xbox. So anyway, hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, you know, please let me know. If you're worried at all because you're going out on the road and you're afraid, you know, you're going to have any sort of issues and you need sentry mode and there's nothing currently on the drive you care about, you can come in and delete dash cam clips, or better yet, I would just hit format. Format will wipe everything off the drive, start fresh. You'll have your full, you know, 128 or 256 gigs that come on the standard Tesla drive. So anyway, hope that's helpful. Let me know if you have any questions.